So in this video, we are going to see different types of references in MS Excel, and it is useful for class 7 and 8. So now straight away we will move to Excel sheet and we will see how we can work on it. So I have already made one Excel worksheet here, and in this Excel worksheet, as you know, it has rows and column, and I have a table with some name of a student and their marks in different subjects like science, English, Hindi, computer, maths, and here we will do the total. I think in the previous video also I showed you how to apply the formula. So we are applying using equal sign, and then we are using the formula called sum, and then first cell address and the last cell address. So in this case the first cell address is D5 and the last cell address is H5. So D5 colon H5. So just applying this formula and pressing enter will give me the total of this first row. Fine. So as I told you in the previous video, how we will compute the total for rest of the rows. For this I need not to do anything, but simply I'll drag will give me the result. So while dragging, as we can see, the formula is automatically changing. Okay, holding from here and then simply dragging. So as I can see, it is giving you a total for rest of the rows. But have a look at this. When I'll click here, you see the formula. It was for D5 colon H5 has automatically been changed to D6 colon S6, and for say this D7 colon H7. So this is called relative reference, and this is the best use of relative reference in MS Excel, where we need not to do the repetitive task again and again. Excel will automatically do for us. So this is possible because of relative reference. So while moving to the next row, it is automatically copying that formula but taking the cell number or the cell through its reference. So since we are in the sixth row, it is automatically referring to sixth cell, that is D6 to A6, and for this automatically referring to this row 7 and changing the value accordingly. So this is called relative reference. Now what about absolute reference? So I'm just deleting these two lines, even this also. Okay, now I'll reapply the formula. So absolute reference is when we want to fix the formula for that particular row. There can be a situation. So for this, I need to use dollar sign in front of row as well as column number. So it was D5. So look at this, dollar D, not D but dollar D, and then dollar 5. Then colon ending with H5. So it will be dollar H and then dollar 5. So by applying dollar symbol in front of row number as well as column number, I'm changing this formula from relative reference to absolute reference. So making this particular cell or a row and a column as absolute or fixed. So it will still give me the same answer. Fine for this particular row. Now, but what about when I'll drag it? When I will drag, I'm getting the same result which was not there in the relative reference. It is why? Because when I'm changing or dragging it down, but formula is not changing, which was changing earlier in relative reference. Now it is still there, D dollar 5 colon dollar H dollar 5, and same for this particular rows. So in this case, using dollar symbol, what I have done is I have fixed the row and a column. So no matter even if I'm dragging, it will remain fixed or absolute. So this is called absolute reference. So at time it is needed, basically not for this region, but sometimes we have to fix the particular value of a cell. Even if we are copying the formula for that region, I need to use absolute reference. So these are two references. Now let's try circular reference. Say circular references, sometimes let's say if I am dragging it down and then simply, oh, let's say I'm applying a formula to do the sum of all these three marks. Sum colon, it is I5, H5 and I5, I6, I7. In this case, if I'm going vertically down, so it is I5 colon I7 will give me the total of this particular column. So it is giving me result 225, which is 75 plus 75 plus 75. We can apply this formula vertically also. So now, but by mistake, sometime it might happen that I'm in which cell? First look at this. I'm in which cell? I am in cell that is I8. That is I8. But sometime by mistake I'm applying the formula that is begin with I5 but should end at I7, but by mistake I'm referring to I8. See, I'm referring to that particular cell in the formula where I'm already in. So it is I5 colon, it should be I7, but by mistake if I write I8 means I'm including that particular cell also in this function where I'm already in. Now see what happened. This will give me an error that there is one or more circular references in my formula. Yes, it is. It is called circular reference because I am referring to the same cell using the same cell in my function where I am already in. So how I'll get the answer in this cell? So this is an error and this is called circular reference. So to avoid this, I just need to correct the formula to make it I7. So now it is I5, I6 and I7 will get we will get the answer. So I hope that you must have got the circular reference also, means when I'm using a particular cell in that formula where I'm actually applying the formula. So in that case it will show an error and this is called circular reference. So I hope that now these references in Excel you must have got some idea about it. So thank you very much.